Hello, welcome back to Wowza Studio Sessions, live from the floor of NAB. This is our happy hour segment. Day 2 has finished of NAB 2019. Another year, another day 2, and we have finished. Thank goodness. So because we are at the Wowza booth, we get a lot of people that come up to us, ask us questions, but because of that, we don't get to go out and see what's on the floor of NAB. So for the happy hour, I like to invite people who've been walking around and who can give me a nice overview of what's been going on at NAB. So this afternoon, we've got Daniel Houze from BC Live. He is the VP of Encoding and Digital Strategy at BC Live, based in LA. So thank you so much, Dan, for being on the show.
Awesome. Thanks for having me. I'm
Of
excited.
course. Yeah. So talk to me about, were you here yesterday or was today day 1 for you?
No, I got in late last night.
Okay.
Yeah.
So today was day 1. And did you start in a lot of people have strategies for how they go about the NAB show floor. They'll start in one look, they're like, I start in north and I make my way through, or I skip north and I start in central. What's your strategy?
Yeah. My strategy this year was it's time to get up. Okay. So I did that. It was good. And, it was good. It was a good morning. It was, the hustle and bustle of getting your badge printed out and all that fun stuff, But it was good. South Hall, I started down there and kind of worked my way through.
So you saw like all the new Black Magic stuff that's out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you brought a couple things that you want to chat about.
Yeah, a couple
things. What do we
things.
want to start with?
Yeah. Let's start with SRT.
Let's do it.
Encoding is my passion and my love. And so I'm really excited about the encoding stuff with SRT. I feel like it's growing up, and as I'm looking out this booth, we're looking at High Vision right across the way there. And come on, Nick, do a pan to High Vision. No, just kidding. I just feel like it grew up. Like I feel like it's people. The alliance is now over 200 partners. Which is really exciting. They added FEC into the codec, and I just feel like it is now kind of prime time. And where I saw that take place was in a couple things. One I wanted to show you. We may have a picture in there called Media Looks. I don't know if you guys can put that one up, but Media Looks is a company that was partnering with NewTek, and they do NDI, and they do public transport. So it's NDI over the public internet. And it's always been the whole idea to me has been kind of sketchy. Yeah, just the concept of it, right? There's a little picture from their booth, yeah. So they're kind of showing the demo of this. It's sub-second latency. It is designed to, it creates its own VPN scenario, and it has PTZ control. So it's really good for municipalities and courtrooms and churches and things like that. But I really, really enjoyed it because they are now up to 4K, and a lot of this was possible with SRT, right? So they're guaranteeing security, the secure, reliable transport, right, from end to end, which is awesome. And I feel like brands are really taking advantage of the SRT codec in order to deliver what they sort of promise. I was watching your panel, by the way, yesterday. I'm a big fan, of course, and I was watching this, and I wanted to talk about this graphic a little bit because, SRT is also really making way for us being able to use MPEG-TS and really get that latency down, but still have it get from end to end. And it's really exciting to see what Wowza is doing combined with the SRT codec, which of course, High Vision basically, gave that out to everybody and said, hey, do your thing,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely. Wowza's been premiering their Trivia Wow app that they have for
I haven't seen that
latency.
Yet. Yeah.
So 3 times a day, it'll be back tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
We do live from our booth onto their app called Trivia Wow.
Okay.
And if you stand here, and you can participate anywhere, you don't have to be here.
I am so going to be
here.
here.
Stand here and you watch Tim do the app, and you've got the app on your phone, it's less than 2 seconds latency.
Wow.
I would say it's very close to 1 second, definitely. It's very, very well done.
That's amazing. And you're using the Clearcaster, of course, to encode it?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes. So it's really the capabilities that we have now for low latency and for SRT have just surpassed what most people expected, I think.
Right. Yeah, and I think a lot of the gaming, of course, esports are really driving a lot of those deliverables, right? Especially when it's in a controlled environment through an app or something.
Yeah, and there's a couple of esports gamers gaming on the floor of NAB. Did you see those downstairs as well?
Yeah.
There's a couple of gaming booths that are
look
really fun.
Yeah, they have a whole esports pavilion, right? And I wasn't going to talk about this, but I'll plug a little something.
Yeah.
I was participated on a panel with the Switch. And we partner with them all the time. I'm sure you guys do too out of New York there, but they're everywhere.
Yeah.
But they're really diving heavy into this esports because they already have the built-in network. They already have the fiber at all the stadiums where they're doing these tournaments. And so it's a natural progression. And so BC Live, we've been partnering with them a lot on the social CDN side. So they're handling transport, and then they say, hey, how to, help us, do a couple fun things.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, it's a very exciting time in that scenario.
Yeah. So what else? What else we got?
So what else do we got? Well, I know you are a fan. We are big fans, of course, of Teradek, right?
Yes.
We have a lot of Teradek products. I think it's also good to diversify, though. And this is the last year and a half for me has been about sort of diversification and not saying one is better than the other. It's just that one suits a need better than the other need, right?
Yes.
And so we have become big fans of LiveView, as many people have. And, I didn't get any Christmas presents for the last 2 years, but that's fine. I was able to, buy a LiveView. You guys will come down price someday, I'm sure. But yeah, so LiveView 300 HEVC is sort of like the new baby. So I'm going to hold this out to the camera. Oh, Nick, look at that.
This?
Look at this guy.
Isn't this, didn't they do this last year?
Well, they did no. This is new for this year.
What was last year?
Last year was the LU 600.
That's what it was.
Yeah, so it's kind of that backpack. Yeah, so it's now instead of 8 modems, it's 4.
Gotcha.
Well, not instead of, it's just a different product and a lower price point.
Yes.
Because, we could probably buy like a car or two with the LU 600.
So with the 8 modems, is the device itself just choosing which 4 are strongest at the time, which 4 SIM cards?
It's actually bonding all 8 together.
It's bonding all of them?
Yes. So there's 2 Verizon, 2 AT&T, 2 T-Mobile, 2 Sprint. And it actually pushes a version of that stream up to the cloud 8 times.
Wow.
If it can. The other killer with that product, and which is with this one as well, is HEVC. So you only need half of the bandwidth to actually get up there, right?
Yep.
And they do, LRT. They have sort of their own proprietary way of delivering packets, and it's just rock solid. It's a great product.
HEVC as well, though. Teradek has HEVC.
They do.
As well.
Yeah, they do as well.
But it's not a backpack, obviously.
Yeah.
This would be in their backpack form?
This is like a little portable unit version.
It's a portable
unit.
So that does not fit in a backpack.
No.
Okay.
I mean, it's about the size of the beer.
Happy hour. Yeah, of course. I wasn't sure if you'd want any.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, cheers.
All right, cheers. Happy hour. LU 300. Yeah. I know.
So it's just basically saying that your bandwidth is going to be lower because it's a lesser product.
Yeah.
Less. Okay.
And on a lot of red carpets or whatnot, that's where we struggle a lot with those kind of things, right? And
well, to be fair, we use 4 nodes in a Teradek bond. So that seems like a relatively
in some ways the nodes I'm excited about the nodes because they have the high gain antennas on them and they're dual diversity high gain antennas on there. So I really like those, and we have a couple of those at BC that we rent out as well, the backpack versions that have those nodes in there.
Yep.
And so those have been great. I tend to like the LiveView 300 or the 600 series because we can literally just send it out and hit the on button, and everything else is done on the back end in the cloud. And so that it's a little more economical sometimes for the client, and it makes more sense for us to basically decode it, similar to how you guys do in sort of a master control room environment.
Yep.
So we decode it back at the office, and then we're able to add the glitz and glamour to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've been doing that a lot lately with kind of walk and talks on convention floors and things like that.
We very much like LiveView. We use their backpacks for a job with Kevin Hart with Nike a couple of years back.
Okay.
And we've had clients who use their backpacks for streaming.
Yeah.
We just kind of went all in
It's
on
just kind
Teradek
of like
since we had
anything
it.
else. I used to be sort of brand whorish a little bit, you know, and now it's for me it's about, I don't know, I've kind of grown up a little bit in this last year. It's like what is the best for the job, you know, and what makes the most sense. It's not always going to be the same thing. Or sometimes you just have to ease the client into the whole idea of it, you know, with the different price points and what they should expect. So.
Oh, totally. I completely agree. That's one of the big things for us, too, is just being able to give our client the product that's going to work best for them, which is why we have, like, the Wowza Clearcaster. Shameless plug because we're on Wowza's platform. But, like, we have the Clearcaster because it's so much better for Facebook than any of the other encoders that we have in our fleet. So we're going to be able to offer that to our client. We're not just going to say, oh, well, you know, I like using my Teradek T-Rack, so I'm going to use this because I like it. It's like, no, what's best for our product? First of all, I love the Clearcaster, so that's not an issue.
Yeah.
And then it is the best product for the job. So it's finding that fits your client the best. That really, I think that's what makes streaming so wonderful, is that there are so many tools and that each tool has its feature that makes it the best for its specific job.
Right, right. And let's face it, sometimes you show up to a gig and technology is just technology and things happen and it's like, oh, I'm going to pull out my Magewell, you know, my USB 3 Magewell and plug in the SDI and fire up Wirecast.
Yes.
You know, and I'm sure those of you at home are going, oh, yeah, been there. Yeah.
Some of our team just keep those Magewell in their backpacks.
Absolutely.
It's good to have. You never know. You never know.
Yep, just always being prepared.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys were able to load in that video.
We were, yeah.
We have a fun video that we are going to play back for you guys right now. And if it doesn't have audio, that's totally fine. We can just talk over it. But if you want to play that, look at this. It's called the Bolt High-Speed Motion Control Arm. And I've seen this thing like 3 times on the show floor. People are obsessed.
It's so fun. This is the fastest I've ever seen it move, though.
Yeah.
It's here every year, and I think most people, as they get older, they get less nimble. And this, as it gets older, has gotten more nimble.
Oh.
I was walking by it a couple days. I think it was Sunday, and they had it out and going, and some of the rest of the exhibitors were out watching it, and it was so fast.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Like if you're standing there and then just this arm just like.
It's very much Stranger Things. It reminds me of the monster in Stranger Things, which I believe the new season came out on Netflix, so everyone go home and binge.
I have not seen any of it. I'm so behind. Like I just started watching the OA. Like first season.
I haven't watched that.
Oh, you haven't watched it yet?
But
can we do a party?
People in it. Somebody I like is in it, but I can't remember now.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, speak louder in my ear. Rick Marlin? Britt Marling. That's the person.
Do you have a camera on your awesome crew back there?
We don't have a camera.
I wish
on
we
them
had a
this year.
spin around because they are doing such a great job.
They're doing an amazing job.
Yeah,
I
you
know.
guys are awesome.
We'll post a picture later on the Wowza Facebook or
behind the scenes,
the LiveX Facebook page of what's going on back there. You can check out both the Wowza Instagram and the LiveX Instagram.
Yeah.
And we're posting BTS photos all week long.
Ooh, I love it. That's fun.
Yeah, so you can see what it looks like back there. People are walking up and being able to see the Clearcaster in action, being able to see the production bot and the Blackmagic ATEM, and we've got some
Let's do a shameless plug for LiveX. Talk to me about the production bot. Are you guys...
The production bot?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. So the production bot is an all-in-one switcher. I wish we had graphics for this right now. It's an all-in-one switcher encoder that's powered by vMix. vMix is a software switcher that is actually downstairs. If you're at NAB, you can go to South Hall and you can check out vMix. Say hi to Martin, say hi to Tim, the developers of vMix. And similar to TriCaster or Livestream Studio, software switcher that also allows you to encode and bring in graphics. Right now, we're actually using the production bot as our graphics engine. So vMix allows for key fill.
Yep.
So we've got key fill coming out of the production bot, going into a Blackmagic ATEM, and allowing us to bring you all the graphics and stingers and open and everything that you're seeing.
Love it.
So production bot, we bring it on the plane. It's a little hand carry, all-in-one, high-powered computer with an AJA Corp
somebody
88.
who's standing behind the scenes back there in a blue shirt makes fun of me because I love taking a little switcher on the plane.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm just like, oh, do we have to check it? I'm just going to bring it on the plane. I feel so much better when I do that.
Yeah, I mean, Oftentimes, we will not be the first to board the plane, and we'll be told we need to gate check it.
Uh-huh.
And that's usually when I just keep walking. And I don't let them tell me that I can't gate check it, because who wants to gate check? Oh, there we go. That's the production bot.
Nice.
And then that is the
Nice job, guys.
production bot surface in front of it.
Oh, okay.
Just, 3 stripes. Well, not 3 stripes. 3 lines.
Right.
Stripe.
That's a great unit. It's really
So,
fun.
Yeah, we love it. We love it. We bring
That's
it
awesome.
everywhere. All right,
Well, I
let's
have a
talk
couple
about-
other little fun
yes,
things.
let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So this year, I was really struck by the graphic. And I meant to send this to you. I was really struck by the graphic, the branding for NAB, right? Because it's tell your story.
Yes.
It's talking about the story, right? And you and I are lovers of the theater.
Yes.
And, we forget about it because sometimes we get so excited about the tech side of it, and it's like, oh, SRT and HEVC and captions and blah, blah. And it's like you forget about this is all about telling a story at the end of the day. If it's not, bye.
That's how we train all of our upcoming directors at LiveX. A lot of us come from theater backgrounds at our company,
Right.
But it's the idea. It doesn't matter what. If you're launching a product, if you're doing a fitness show, if you're doing something that you might think is just a flatline type of deal,
Right.
everything has a story. Everything has a purpose. What is that story that you're telling? And that's the way that you captivate your audience.
Yeah, yeah.
And how do we use these gear and these tools to tell that story more effectively and to tell it in a creative way?
Yeah. And, this year, I'm not going to say that this year feels more sort of mellow or dull, because it doesn't. It just feels kind of more grown up, and it kind of feels like, okay, what are you now doing with these products? How are you telling the story, with these amazing products that we're offering, So to that point, I had never stopped at the NAB store before. I mean, now let's be honest, like sometimes
store.
this store, I kind of walk by it and I'm just kind of like, oh, they're so cute. You look at that. But this year I stopped in the store. I was there for 30 minutes, girl. Yeah.
What did
There's
you buy?
so much interesting stuff in there.
What did you
Well, I bought a couple little things on the BC Live credit card.
His boss
So,
is looking at him off camera.
Yeah, well, it's good stuff. So the first thing that I bought, and I had no idea that you
Yes,
have
we own this. We bought it a couple years back. Yeah, or last year.
Nick, there we
There
go.
we
Look
go.
at that, 4th edition. Now, the thing that I like
don't know
about
if we
this,
have the 4th edition.
oh,
we
you
might have
see?
the 3rd. We might have to go buy that.
Now, I was disappointed because there were no pictures for me to look at. There's a couple diagrams in here, but not
We were
many.
like, come on, I'm an engineer. I need some photos.
Yeah, but I tend to, I think like an engineer, I have a music background, like everything is kind of like 1 zeros, Mozart, Bach. And so this was really great thumbing through this because it gives you a sense of how to explain it. It's not engineering for dummies, but it's sort of that concept, right, where it makes it easier for people to understand,
Definitely.
And I mean, I would have never found this on Amazon,
No. The books, I think the books are the most useful part of that store. The T-shirts, I'm a little nervous about what you have.
Yes.
Because the T-shirts are a little next level.
We were denied.
Hold your mic for you.
Yes, I was going to do this whole thing, but we were denied the striptease segment of this. It was deemed not safe. So I'm just going to hold it up.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Look at this.
Keep calm and let the broadcast engineer handle it. That's perfect.
What do you think?
That's perfect. So you're going to wear that and have it
No.
underneath a button-up, and then you're going to
Oh.
up when something goes
I
wrong.
could. I absolutely
And you'll
could.
be like, you'll do your superhero pose.
But they have tons of fun stuff like that.
Yeah, we have a coffee mug in the office that Corey, my boss, got a year ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And it says something like, I'm a broadcast engineer. I'm always right, or something like that. And he drinks out of it every morning.
Every
So
morning.
every morning.
Just walks around and kind of shows everybody.
Literally.
Like,
he does.
mug.
Yes. He's like,
don't forget it.
don't forget. Don't forget. I'm a broadcast engineer, and I know. It's much more clever than what I just said. It's not, and I know everything, but it's something about I'm never wrong.
Yeah. Now, I know you've been interviewing, and you've been in this booth, right, for most of the weekend. But has there been any one thing that has stuck out for you at all? Not necessarily a booth or a product, but, you're on day 2 now. You've kind of gone through the setup and all of that, and now you can kind of just start to process. Is there anything that's weighing on your heart?
That's
at
weighing
this
on
moment?
my heart.
Yeah.
I think I'm a little I'm just a little befuddled as to the direction that we're going in the industry. Simply because obviously there's always a lot of things going on, but with the push for ATSC 3.0 is still going on, and then the new push for 8K with Blackmagic gear, without an 8K camera.
Right.
I haven't gotten an answer to any of those things yet.
Right.
And I don't know if there is an answer to those things. I think there's a lot of people who are just putting their hat in the ring and are going to see what actually sticks.
Yeah.
I think they're all really great options and that we will eventually hit all of them. But yeah, I think I'm a little... ATSC 3 changes streaming somewhat because it makes television. You're now able to do... targeted advertising with ATSC 3 and things that are generally only right. on social media or in a platform that is on the internet.
Right.
Now that we're offering it and it might be offered to television, what does that look like in the streaming industry? And are we all just going to be on ATSC 3.0 or it's just kind of, I don't know what that means for the industry that we call home. And how that sits. I understand how 8K enhances our industry and takes us to the next level visually. And then all the Dolby audio that comes along with that and everything else.
Right. Now, is there an FCC sort of directive there with the ATSC in terms of it has to be adopted, or where are we in the process of it? I
don't believe that there is a timeline quite yet. It's a much shorter timeline than it took the ATSC to go from 1982 to when we finally got to do HD TV, which was its purpose to do in 1982.
Right.
But 2014 was when ATSC 3.0 was announced.
Yeah.
It's obviously in Japan and happening. Everything's already happening in Japan. But as far as I know, there is not an actual date set for the switch over to that, because obviously for broadcast, in the same way that HDTV took a lot of time to get to, because there's a lot of legacy equipment that has to change out.
Oh, sure, yeah.
That will have to happen. Less will have to happen than the initial analog to HD, but yeah. So I'm kind of in a place where I'm a little. I really want to go talk to some people. So maybe I'll do that tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah.
We've also been thinking a lot about security. You know, and we continue to always talk about security, but from the IP side of things, right? And sort of some of our corporate clients are coming to us saying, we no longer are cool with just RTMP, just like old school whatever. Because a lot of it, the origin is from their network anyway. And so they're saying, you know what? Everything needs to be encrypted end to end. Or it needs to be delivered in a certain protocol to meet their security standards, which is awesome, And so we're coming up with some of those challenges, not challenges, but just, new tools to kind of solve some of those things,
I mean, starting May 1st, Facebook's not going to be allowing RTMP streaming anymore.
I almost sent you that picture as just like as a screen grab to put it up and flash it.
Big deal on the Slack channel in our office.
I'm sure.
It was okay. That's a change.
Yeah.
And that's the first, obviously Facebook has also had a directive out there that you're only supposed to be streaming on their platform if you're streaming on their platform. You can't have your video other places.
Right.
Not too many people actually abide by that.
Right.
But yeah, I'm not sure how then that's going to change things. And with Facebook's they're talking now about becoming less of a platform for everyone to look at everything and more of a one-to-one communication via Facebook.
Interesting.
And making it less of a share, making it a little more interpersonal.
Got it.
One-to-one.
Got it.
One to a small group.
Right.
Heavier in the messenger.
Sort of like in the workplace.
Yep.
Yeah. Did you guys talk about that at all this weekend?
I have not spoken about that this weekend yet, no. We had Facebook on in the last panel, but they didn't talk about any of that. Facebook's also they're not going to talk about all those things. You know?
Yeah.
It's fine. I understand. They're a big corporation. It's somebody's job to keep everything where it's supposed to be publicly.
Right.
But as people who work in an industry that most of our clients want us to stream to Facebook Live because that's where their audience is.
Right.
What does that mean for us?
Yep, absolutely.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've had a busy day. Are you back again tomorrow?
I am. I'll be back again tomorrow and checking things out.
Yeah.
I wish I had some stand-up segments for you, or something. Maybe
this
next
is
time.
Great. No, this was great.
Yeah.
It's just great to get a glimpse into what's out there and be able to see the rocket camera. What's it called? The camera? The Bolt.
Oh,
Bolt.
yes.
I think it moves faster than a human arm.
That's amazing.
I think it does.
Yeah. And I noticed what they do is they take that footage and it's like zoom, 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 and then they slow it way down. So they do it ends up being like an instant replay.
You know what camera's on it?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Yeah.
They enclose it, so it's pretty hard to tell what it is. But
Right.
that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
If they're
It's a
doing-
really cool look on the red carpet. I could see us doing a sub rental or something like that and just trying to add it in as a extra cool little feature.
Yeah, because you guys do a lot of red carpets. It's
Mhm.
a very popular thing to do in California.
Oh, yes.
Yes, red carpet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have thank goodness we don't have the weather to deal with that you guys do.
It's true. It's true.
I just,
I mean, Times Square New
God
Year's
bless
this year.
y'all. Oh.
Rain for
Yeah.
6 hours straight.
Are you serious?
Oh, you didn't? Oh, yeah, 6 hours straight. I'm
Oh.
just vamping now. People are probably tuning this out. 6 hours
Wow.
straight of rain in a broadcast. We lost, in the night of, we lost 3 cameras and 1 field audio kit. 2 of the cameras have come back to life. One will never
Did you
come
lose
back
any
to life.
staff members?
We did not, but after this, we now bought LiveX branded ponchos because Corey has said if our cameras get rain gear, then our people get rain gear as well because
Oh.
people were drenched to the bone. It was
Even Nick?
bad.
Do you give him one?
He was in the trailer. He was fine.
He's like, no.
Yeah. So I remember at one point I'm sitting directing the show, and I say, there's audio coming in. The audio coming in from one of the cameras is really muffled. Can you check with one of the 3 cameras and let them know that their audio's no good? And
Yeah.
I hear from the back, we only have 2 cameras. And I
Oh.
was like, we have 3 cameras, though. How do we only have 2 cameras? And we'd lost a camera already, and it was early on in the night.
Yeah.
Like broadcast lost cameras. Like it was a mess, but it was so
Wow.
fun. The people in Times Square make that show so wonderful.
Yeah.
And the talent really stepped up. It was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So the gear was the weak link that night.
Yeah. It's understandable.
Water and electronics, man.
They don't mix.
They
What's up
haven't
with
figured
that?
that one out yet, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
But thank you
Yeah.
so much for coming on the show, for
My
sharing a beer
pleasure.
with me.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. And to everyone at home watching, thank you so much for watching another day of Wowza Studio Sessions live from the floor at NAB. Again, if you are at NAB, please come by the booth. We're at South Upper, booth 7114, and we would love to see you. Come say hi. Check out our setup. Check out the Wowza Clearcaster. Check out the Yeti. They've got all these new offerings. They've got a developer bar in the back. Thank you again to Wowza for having us, and we'll be back again tomorrow. See you.